Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the May 2024 reading for the zodiac sign of Virgo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages I receive, as well as many of the tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and get into it. Column number 1, we're going to take a look at any big messages coming for the month of May. Column number 2, we're going to take a look at anything related to money. Column number 3, we're going to take a look at anything related to love. And column number 4, Virgo, we're going to do a message from future self or spirit guides, which is like almost like advice for the month of May. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But let's go ahead and get into it. Again, column number 1 is what's happening for the month of May. So any kind of big messages to be aware of. To get started with, we have the friction card. So the friction card has 2 wildly different meanings. One of those meanings is friction in terms of conflict, in terms of tension. So there could be some sort of conflict, there could be some sort of tension. The other thing, though, is when there's movement, there's friction. So this could be an indicator that things are moving for you. I feel like that seems to be more appropriately fitting. I don't know that I feel conflict, but let's see what messages we've got. Let's see what direction this takes us. Alright, so first up we have the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is a card. This is a card of giving or receiving. It's a very generous card. So, let me say, if there is conflict, I feel like it needs to be a give and take. But generally I feel like you're kind of on the receiving end. We're starting to make progress. We're starting to get the things that we want, which I really like that feeling for you. So again, I feel like you're starting to receive. The next card we have is the Magician card. We love to see the Magician really anywhere in the readings. Anything is possible with the Magician, so it's very inspired action. It's turning visions into reality. Again, I feel like you've been putting in the work, and now we can finally start to see the progress. We can see it coming to fruition. So we're receiving some of those benefits. We're receiving information that we're hoping for is coming together. At the bottom here, we have the 7 of Swords. This can be like theft, betrayal, dishonesty. Again, if you're having conflict, I feel like that's the root of it. If we're not having conflict, though, you see this person's like packed up, ready to go. So again, I feel like this is the friction, this is the movement. You could have also like gotten burned, or there could have been something that was bad or kind of soured, and now we're moving forward from it. And again, we're starting to see the gains. We're starting to see the progress here. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. See what other messages I can give you here. So, first up we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very tolerant, very empathetic. This is very give and take. Again, if you're having a conflict, I feel like there is a balance to be struck here. It has to be give and take. In terms, though, of making this progress, for those of you that have this movement, that are starting to receive, I feel like it is going to kind of flux. Like some days we're going to have big gains. Other days we're going to have smaller gains. So it's not going to be linear. It's not going to be flat, even. So I feel like there could be some highs and some lows here. And not even low, but it's like some days there's bigger progress than other days, right? But this is like saying stick with it and kind of ride the waves, ride the ups and the downs here. The next card we have is the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is a card of boundaries, keeping and maintaining boundaries. Again, for those of you having the conflict, I feel like it's important to reset boundaries. Another meaning of the 9 of Wands is persistence, and in this case, again, I feel like we are starting to see our hard work. We're seeing our vision come to reality. We're very inspired now at this point, so we need to stay persistent, especially knowing that, like, again, some days will seem like more progress than others. At the bottom here, we have the 4 of Cups. We have this nice 4th cup here. This is like a gift. This is, again, starting to receive, starting to make progress. For those of you having the conflict, there's this kind of apathy, this contentment, this lack of fulfillment. So again, needing that kind of give and take to resolve that. All right, let's take a look at our next column now, which is anything related to Money, so quick money message for you. Release your belief that money is bad or the root of all evil. Judging money and those that have it blocks you from the same wealth that you desire. Money is a tool and you are the decider of what is created with that tool. All right, in this column we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money here, Virgo. So first up we have the Devil card. In short, the Devil card is like a card of overdoing. So this could be greed, envy, materialism, obsession. So what I'm going to say here is be really cautious of overspending this month. Also, when I see the Devil card, this is like a budget card. So I think now is a good time to reassess your savings goals, your spending, just reassess your budget as a whole. But I would be careful with any kind of like unnecessary purchases this month. So again, just kind of err on the caution of overspending. The next card we have is the King of Cups. Again, this is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. But this is kind of twofold here that what I'm hearing, Virgo. So it's like I feel like you have a goal and we need to focus on supporting this goal. But if we go out and spend money all the dang time, we're not supporting our goal, right? So the King of Cups says support. And what can we do to support our financial or career goal that we have going on here? So again, the big purchases I would be really careful of. Another great reason to have a budget, because again, it seems like there is some financial goal here. So a budget would be a great way to support that financial goal. At the bottom, we have the King of Swords. This is very strategic, very intentional. We need to be very strategic and very intentional with our money to, again, support and reach whatever this goal is that you have. Taking a look at our clarifiers, first up we have the Magician. We taught the Magician earlier. You get 2 for 1, which is awesome to see. So the Magician, again, is inspired action. It's turning your visions into reality. The way that you're going to turn your vision into reality is by supporting that goal. And I think one of the ways that you're going to do that is by not overspending and having a really good budget in place. So pretty fitting message there. Again, it's inspired action. The next card we have is the 9 of Swords. This is anxiety, worry. This could be frustration. It's not always fun saving money or having a budget. But I do think that if we can be a little bit more, and some of you, I'm hearing like you could just be worried you're not going to meet your goal. But if that's the case, then again, we need to be more proactive about the things that we do. We need to do the things that support it. At the bottom here, we have the 4 of Pentacles. This is desire for long-term security. These are the things that we want. So again, this is the goal. This is the desire. We have our eye on the prize, and it's about taking the action to get there now. Alrighty, let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So we have a message here. It says, embrace. Through each other, you can find the missing pieces. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love. First, we have the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is a card. So this is interesting. I feel like there's some sort of gain. There's some sort of win happening here this month. This is typically financial gains, which is interesting because we're talking about this in our love column. So I just want to kind of unpack this more. But again, I feel like there's a gain of some sort, and I feel like for a lot of you it's financial gain. We're going to come back to that and see. The next card that we have is the Star card. The Star card is like renewal, hope, being re-energized. So again, I feel like there's this gain, and it feels wonderful. Like we're so happy that we got this big boost of energy, big boost of happiness. So this is like a energy raising card that we see with the Star card. At the bottom here, we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is lump sum of money, retirement, inheritance. So I do feel like there's money coming in. Perhaps we're getting money from a family member or something of that sort, but we're gaining something. And again, we're very happy with it. We're very energized by it. Perhaps you're inheriting something. You were gifted something by a family member. But for many of you, it does feel financial and definitely connected to family. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the 10 of Cups. If you've watched my readings before, you know I love the 10 of Cups, my favorite card in the entire deck. This is a card of everything wonderful. It's total love, support, happiness, contentment, all good things. So again, we are very happy, very content, very well loved, supported here. This is a great relationship card though. You see the happy couple, the kids playing. So those are all wonderful things. But again, I feel like we are receiving something from family here. We have the star card on top of the star card. I love when this happens. It's like the universe saying, I said what I said, I meant what I meant. So definitely, like, again, a big boost in energy, a raise in energy, a bump in happiness for you coming through. At the bottom, we have the Empress. This is a card of creation. This is a card of abundance. Again, I feel like we're receiving something. It's something we've really wanted. Again, there seems to be an abundance of it. It's a big boost coming here. This is also another great fertility and relationship card. We have some really nice family, love, children energy happening here as well in the mix. All right, fourth and final column is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the summary affirmation card of stretch. So this is pretty literal. This is like that little extra nudge, that little extra push, that little extra reach, that little extra stretch that you need to get something done. So we have to give ourselves that little extra nudge, that little extra push. But let's see what is going on here. So first and foremost, I think we need to make a decision, but let's see. Let's read through these cards. So we have the Judgment. The Judgment card is always a card that's favorable for you, Virgo, so this is fabulous to see. But I feel like we're getting clarity, and this is like making a decision. But now that we have the decision, or excuse me, now that we have the clarity, we can make the decision. The next card that we have is the Two of Wands, and again, anytime we have two of something on a card, it's a decision card. So again, it's like, I feel like we needed the information to make the decision. Now we have it, so we have to go forward and make that decision. At the bottom, we have the Wheel of Fortune, one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. This is a card of really good luck, really good fortune, and it's a turning point, but we're going to be naturally at a turning point because we're making a decision here. But it's like, I feel like you have what you need now. That extra clarity, that extra information was the little bump, little nudge you needed to go forth and make the decision. At the bottom, looking at our clarifiers, we have the King of Pentacles. This is very solid, practical wise. I love to see a card like the King of Pentacles. This is just like a good investment. I feel like this decision you're making, it's the right thing to do. It's solid, practical, wise, and all around a good investment. The next card we have is the Six of Swords. This is a necessary transition. We really have to make this decision now. We have to make this change now. Now is go time here. Last but not least, we have the Two of Cups. This is typically a love card, but anytime, again, we have two of something on a card, there is that decision. So, again, I feel like you got the one last little thing that you needed to give you the boost or the bump to go forward and make this decision. All right, let's take a look now at our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions here, Virgo. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, please pause the video here and think of them. But question number 1, we have the Queen of Clubs, the number 40 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the 3 of Clubs, number 5 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the 7 of Hearts, number 21 card. This is going to be a yes. So 3 yeses across the board for you. Woohoo! Taking a look now at our clarifiers, we're going to pull a card from our healing, or not looking at our clarifiers. Sorry, it's the end of the day. If you can't tell, I'm a little tired. Taking a look at our healing stones deck, this is going to be a crystal for you for the month of May. You have labradorite, which is good for realism, mediumship, really helps slay illusions, tons of knowledge, and really keeps you kind of in that greatness of mind, sharpness of mind there. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. We can all always use more healing here, Virgo. It says, even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, follow. All of that helps me greatly as I'm trying to grow my channel. When you subscribe, you'll be notified when I post new content as well, which I do 2 times a month. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Virgo, and I hope you have a wonderful May.